I assume that ban-wise we'll see the Lycan getting banned out again. Unless For-Love decide to change their minds this time.
I don't think so. Like, it doesn't really matter if you have first or second pick and you're against Dire. It's one of those things you just ban Lycan.
Yeah, everyone does it. So Brewmaster Lycan getting banned out first of all. Pretty standard stuff.
Radiant team ban.
Then Viper and Doom getting banned out next. So some very quick picks actually coming through. Faceless Void getting picked up pretty quickly by the Angry Army. So whether we'll see sort of a similar strat to what we saw in the last game, maybe we'll see the Scarf Mage coming into play and as For-Love take it for themselves. We need to see how Danny does it. But Angry Army do ban out the Viper, which I think was it's a bit of a Danny D favourite, if I'm not mistaken, that Viper.
Yeah, Viper, Razor, Centaur. Now, it's quite unusual that the Angry Army have picked Faceless Void when they're Dire. It's more of a Radiant offlane hero because you have more opportunities to sort of juke the supports around the jungle because, you know, there's the two parallel lines of trees close to the large camp. You can pull the large camp across, there's so many options for you, whereas Dire offlane, not so good. So I think this might be safe lane Void. If they run it offlane, you know, fair play to them, but it's not going to be the best.
Yeah, it needs to pick up next really to see how they're going to run it. Scarf though getting picked up first by For-Love and Razor as well. Both sort of quite big pickups at the moment. Faceless Void obviously of course is still a big pickup as well. So yeah, we just need to see how they're going to put these lanes into perspective. So Shadow Demon getting picked up as going to be a support there for the Angry Army. Not quite too sure how this is going to work with the Faceless Void.
Or against a Razor. Because if Razor goes on someone's static links and you disrupt them to try and save them, he's just going to continually drain damage.
Yeah, because the link doesn't break, does it?
Yeah. Also, it can be a nice setup for Mystic Flare. The Shadow Demon, who is usually a really good defensive and offensive support, in this case, his defensive capabilities are pretty much slightly diminished by the opponent's picks.
Yeah, they are sort of nullified.
Mitigated.
Yes, mitigated. I like nullified, but your word is better than my word.
I know.
Why are you so superior? I just can't. I don't understand.
I just have to be. That's who I am.
Well, we need to see how your microphone is as well this game. Like, people need to give us feedback in the Twitch chat. Be like, Dirk is bad or Dirk is good.
I am bad, always bad. Wraith King ban. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, so they get rid of Wraith King. I suppose they're just kind of like trying to deny For-Love now, like as many supports as possible, really. Well, I don't know, it really depends how Wraith King, they want to run the Wraith King, I guess. I always have in my head now that Wraith King can only be run as like a utility support. I forget that he gets picked up as a core these days.
Well, not really these days. It's just occasionally certain players and certain teams run it that way. The majority of the time he is run as a support.
So the Invoker gets banned up by For-Love. That's a pretty reasonable ban out, considering they have got the Shadow Demon on the Angry Army. That's
and
one thing. Yeah, and Chronosphere as well. So could have done some Sunstrike ganking, obviously in conjunction with Disruption and the Chronosphere. Third pickup now for For-Love. What are they going to go for? It's hard to tell exactly how they're going to run these lanes just yet.
Yeah. It's really difficult. Razor might be solo mid, because they've got Scarf Mage and Shadow Shaman who don't look like great roaming supports, but they really can be. Concussive Shot, Arcane Bolt, plus Hex and Shackled. I mean, you've got a Razor mid, and you gang onto his lane, you can deal so much damage, depending who you're against.
Yeah, I like it because like Scarf kind of gives Shadow Shaman like an opening, like with the slows and stuff. It's obviously early game Shadow Shaman can be quite slow. Even with the boots, like it's just like Scarf can sort of slow him down enough to the stage where Shadow Shaman can actually get the shackles and the hex off. Then obviously, yeah, they got a lot of kill potential there. Next pickup now for the Angry Army. Let's see how they're going to run this one.
They really don't want to give away their mid-hero too soon, because For-Love have the opportunity to put this Razor wherever they want, and have these supports safe lane or roaming, because they do rely quite heavily on getting level 6. Scarif Mage less so, but Shadow Shaman does want to try and stack and pull through, and they're on the Radiant side, so they've got a good chance of doing that. So I have a feeling that Scarif Mage might be sitting mid and try and zone out that mid hero just for the first minute and a half or two, while Shadow Shaman stacks, pulls, Razor sits safe lane. They've got another hero mid who needs an early burst of last hits and experience, maybe a Shadow Fiend, and then they have an offlane hero. And there's still quite a lot in the pool. They could go with a Clockwork. He's pretty damn good with Skyreth and Shadow Shaman. You hook shot across. You've got great initiation range. It opens up that hero that he hits once they're inside cogs to Mystic Flare, Serpent Wards.
5 seconds remaining.
Let's see what they take.
Rope just making a very good point in the Twitch chat, actually. The overlay, I think, has been incorrectly measured, so you can't actually see the bands. So I've just removed that overlay because people like to see the bands. So apologies for that. I didn't even realise it. I wasn't even really, well, I was kind of looking, but yeah. Yeah, we'll certainly get that fixed for tomorrow. So 4th pickup now for Love. I might get told off now by multiplayer for removing the overlay.
You naughty boy.
Aces advertising, there we go. You've seen the bands.
As long as we can talk about the Aces ROG Dota 2 Cup at Insomnia 52. Over the bank holiday weekend of 22nd August to 24th of August, there'll be a dedicated viewing area. Tickets can be bought and are still available for the daily passes, weekend passes, and BYOC tickets.
Yeah, they've just got loads going on though.
.com/tickets. The prize pool is pretty big. It's a whopping $6.5 grand.
I wouldn't say no to that. That's a nice chunk of change right there.
So you're probably going to see about £3,000 for first place. I haven't looked at the price split.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the distributions either, yeah. But that should be good.
Do that right now.
You have a look. But also you've got Insomnia as well. You've got loads of other stuff going on as well. Like they've got the Minecraft stuff going on as well. Zane Lowe's going to be there as well, just casually doing his thing. I think he's doing like some DJ sets, which is really awesome. So yeah, if you haven't already done so, make sure you get yourself your ticket for Insomnia 52 today.
Then there's the Asus ROG's new line of Strix gaming products over at rog.asus.com. There's actually a Facebook giveaway. There's a competition run by Asus ROG in the run-up to I-52, so you can go to facebook.com/AsusROG UK and join the Gaming Alliance at Insomnia 52 2014 to enter. Now, looking at the price distribution, first place £3,250, second £1,650, third £1,100, and fourth £500.
Reserve time.
That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. That's a really nice prize pool there. So the final band's coming out now. For Love, banning out the Luna. Final ban for the Angry Army, who in the meantime picked up themselves a Jakira and a Death Prophet. Meanwhile, For Love getting a bit more tankier, grabbing themselves a Bristleback to join the ranks. And yeah, final ban now coming through. And the final picks, and we get ourselves into this game.
So For Love have forgone the Clockwork and gone for a Bristleback.
Yeah.
He can be played in sort of safe lane role, but I'm pretty sure he'll be going off lane.
Yeah, I'd like to see him in that position, yeah.
He basically plays the role of Tower Diver while Shadow Shaman puts down wards. Razor can join him. And I'm most interested in who goes mech here. Oh, they do go for the Shadow Fiend.
Okay, so
that was something I mentioned earlier.
Bristleback off lane, raise the safe Shadow Fiend mid.
Yeah, have the Shadow Fiend mid, and like I said, Scarith sits mid for a little bit, harasses the enemy mid out of lane. Shadow Fiend gets last hits, gets his souls up so he can then, 1v1. Then you've got the Razor safe lane with the Shadow Shaman stacking, pulling, getting into that jungle, and Bristleback off lane.
Yeah, that's I completely agree with you then. That's exactly how I'd be doing it. It's okay. Multiplayer giving me the thumbs up. I can remove the overlay for the final pick. Such pro. Final pick up now for the Angry Army, and they're going to grab themselves a Venomance.
So Veno offlane, Jakiro SD, and Void safe, and then DP mid. Now Veno offlane has been attempted a few times, and the only team to really have any success was Fnatic, and they would have either Venomance or solo offlane, or they'd have an Undying with him. So the Undying would basically go and harass the supports in a defensive tri-lane with a decay, and then Venomancer would try and harass the enemy solo carry. So they'd get no farm, they get no experience in their tri-lane, and it would be just 2 heroes against them, completely crushing them. Whereas the other lanes, it'd be 2 versus 1 and then 1 versus 1. But in this game, the Venomancer probably gonna have a rough time.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. You probably would have a bit of a rough time. I'm just gonna get the overlays ready. There we go. So, let's introduce these teams then, shall we? So, over on the Dire side, we've got Charlie on that Shadow Demon. I've got to be careful with my wording here. The big black clock on the Venomancer. Fawns on the Jakiro. Meanwhile, heading to the top lane, we see Wusa on the Faceless Void. And still in base, we've got... I don't know.
Come on, Joe.
Stand-ins.
Come on.
D, I guess that's just...
Joe.
Stand-inski, that's all I see.
Stand-in, XD. XD.
X. Yeah, but that doesn't make... It just doesn't make sense, Durko. It just doesn't make sense.
That's XD. Do you understand now?
Okay.
Do you understand the XD?
Just introduce the Radiant. Okay, let's stop talking about it. Let's stop talking about
XD. Okay, over on the Radiant, you've got Aria 920 Turtle. That little thing at the end of his name, that is a turtle, Joe. The dot, the dash, the dot, and then the apostrophe. Do you see it?
Well,
why does
a turtle have an apostrophe above it?
That's its head!
Oh, I see. I thought it was like a front-on view of the turtle.
Oh. Joe, you know nothing.
I'm sorry, I need to learn to internet.
Okay, so we have Aria 920, aka Danny D. You know, everyone knows him. We've got DW107 on that Rasta, Tashko on the Skyrath Mage, solo mid Shadow Fiend, played by Topson, and bot we have Joey on the Bristleback.
Hey, Joey.
Hey!
Hey!
Wait, that's the Pons. Oh look, Danny D's running an aggressive tri-lane.
They've never done that before.
I really wasn't expecting this. Like, the amount of times I've seen him run aggro tri-lane, this is the one time I thought, nah, they won't. Rasta needs levels, and Skyrath can sit mid and give Shadow Fiend free lane. No!
Why not? Why not?
But look at the reaction from the Dire. Jakiro Venomancer bot. Then they've got the Shadow Demon sitting behind the Death Prophet mid, expecting the Skyrath to be there. But here we go.
Yeah.
Top lane Void. He hasn't skilled anything yet.
He's going to run away, no problem. And I guess this Shadow Demon's just going to... He's going to ward up. Don't quite know how they're going to run this yet. But I guess they're sort of preparing for the For-Love sort of early ganks, I guess.
Well, damage over time in bottom lane is a great way to deal with Bristleback, because he relies quite heavily on obviously turning his back and taking those physical right click attacks. If you have Venomous Gale, you've got Liquid Fire, just spamming on him as much dot as you can, then he can take over quite easily.
Okay. Yeah, you need to see really how Joey can sort of pull that into play. But yeah, I've sort of got big expectations for this Venomancer. But yeah, I mean, you got Liquid Fire as well as all the poison coming from the Venomancer. So yeah, Bristleback should have his work cut out for him. And I think we're going to see our first sort of attempt at a gank here this game. Scarf and Shadow Shaman heading down to middle. Want to try and catch out.
Cackle. Do we have level 3 on SF? Yep, level 2 raised. This DP cannot go past this line.
So XD though, he's playing quite reserved. Like, I think she knows that there's a lot missing. Like, then I get a little bit forward there, but nothing to worry about really.
Are the Shadow Demons relatively close as well?
And Danny D going quite aggressive here on the top lane. He's dived under the tower, taking quite a few tower hits. So, and but no, here comes the support TPs and Danny D up creek without a paddle, I guess. But does actually manage to juke himself away. Does get caught out by the ice path right at the end there by Fawns. Seshiko's actually going to go down. First blood going to I forget the team name. AJSA. It was the Angry Army or something, wasn't it? Such procaster.
They were just called the Angry Army.
The Angry Army. Yeah.
That was their names. I don't know what the JS stands for. Disruption. Ice path. Shadow Shaman. Void going to jump across. Shadow Shaman trying to juke through the trees. Really well played by Void there.
Blocks him in. Eats for another tango though. And Denny D on the return now, trying to steal some damage, make something happen there for him. Nice ice path coming across, that'll force the break of the link. And Shadow Sheep needs to be careful here. Denny though has stolen a fair amount of damage. Currently hitting for about 100. One more right click on that Jakira and we'll find a return kill. Wherever they... Oh! Jakira walks away with about 25 health there. Some nice plays though.
Now they've left Venno alone to try and deal with Bristleback, and that's just not working out.
Yeah, like, Venomancer again, even with all the poison. Wow, see now... Wow, these guys really sticking it to Denny D's team here in the early game. 2-0 advantage right now.
That shouldn't happen. Ever, really?
Yeah, I know what you mean. The Gale catching Joey there on the bottom lane as well. He's not too phased by it though. He's pretty tanky. But yeah, nice play there by XD.
Yeah, managing to pretty much hit every single crit swarm possible on the SF to get him that low, and diving behind the tower, getting the last one off. But the fact was, the creep equilibrium, he managed to get it in such a position where SF couldn't raise the creeps to get it, back this direction. So he was always under pressure.
Bottom lane as well now. Pink's going for the Scarf Mage. The Bristleback, I think, sensing a little bit of trouble. Charlie there on the Shadow Demon. Having to be careful there, go for the trees. And how's his Faceless Void getting on? So he's only got 4 last hits so far. I'll have a quick look at the last hits and denies. Death Prophet leading that count by a long shot. 27 last hits, 3 denies on the Death Prophet in middle lane.
Yeah, Void has pretty much been 1v1 against the Razor the majority of the time. The two supports have come in and out to get kills on each other.
Yeah.
So he's not had a very good time.
And Danny D in this bottom lane, top lane I should say. Trying to find a Jakira, but not quite. XD needs to be careful here. There's nothing too much they can do to this Bristleback. They can push the lane quite aggressively, like it's like the only thing they can do, obviously like the Plague Ward spam. Bit of For-Love now, sort of grouping up in middle.
No, it wasn't that. The Rasta came in, shackled the Venno. If the SD wasn't there and if Bristle had a bit more mana, they could probably have got a kill. I'm just wondering if the Bristle goes for a Midas. He's gone Boots and Magic Stick and then gone into Gloves of Haste. Usually you'd see like a Ring of Basilius or something like that on the Bristle, or a Ring of Health, just to give him some sustain of mana or HP.
Yeah, just keep him lane a bit more.
Going for Gloves of Haste is a bit of an unusual one. TP to top lane. SD Jakiro. A really decent defensive combo, but also can play aggressively if you get the disruption into Ice Path. But they've never found an opening to try and find a kill on mid, or find a kill on the Razor.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have their work cut out for them to find a kill on this Razor. I mean, they've got some quite nice ward placement here. Obviously, you've got the Observer ward here for Denny D, and it pretty much shows him all ganks that might come through jungle. Pretty much sees straight through there as well. So Denny D knows when to stay back. XD back at middle though. Thompson trying to bring himself back into this. He's doing a bad job. He's only 10 last hits behind the Death Prophet now. But she's sitting there with like 2k gold.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you build. A mech is usually a good option on DP. You can go for an early Yules, which could try and disrupt For-Love.Int. It's going to be great against the Razor, against the Bristleback heroes who want to try and chase you down, or have great chasing potential with the Skyrath and the Rasta. So I think Yules could definitely be an option. Another possibility is going for a really fast Bloodstone, but that's an item where you need to be really sure about your snowball capability. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you're not getting more kills, like I think they need to be getting more kills ready to go Bloodstone. But I spent some gold actually. Stifle Wizardry coming out. Interesting that she only buys that component. Yeah. Maybe the Voidstone from the secret shop on its way through? Maybe not. We'll keep an eye on that situation.
Meanwhile, the bottom lane though, Joey's experiencing the might of the Venomancer and Shadow Demon though. Quite a lot of attack coming through. Plague wards all over the place. They're just desperately just going to try and push this tier 1 tower, take it as quickly as possible, so they can move on to other lanes and just start taking map control really.
Yeah, I really think Bristol's making minus 1200 gold on top of Gloves of Haste.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Whereas Danny D looks like he's making the mech for the team. Shadow Fiend, he's had a pretty rough time and he might die again at mid. DD, Crypt Swarm, uses Magic Stick charges and just about gets away.
Nice rotation TP coming in as well, just to push off Death Prophet.
Chronos
Danny Dino getting caught out, yeah. What they find it there. Ice Path going to back that up as well. Some nice body blocking here by Fords. One more right click. Nice shackle. I don't think they're going to find the kill. Liquid Fire will take Danny D down, no problem there. Joey TP's in, will get the return kill on the Jakiro, but that's an exchange you take any day of the week though, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And now the DP does have Yules, going to try and Thoughtful Grow. There's a Shadow Fiend. Oh, SF. That DD rune. Whoa, nope. The courier though. Oh, the Yules cancelling the TP.
Wow.
Did you find the courier?
No, won't quite find the courier, but again, you take that trade. Usha needs to be careful here. He's actually used to the Magic Stick charges. Ice Path going down now. Joey taking tower hits. Liquid Fire as well coming down onto him. He's taking a lot of damage ticking down onto him. And they will find him.
Radiant's bottom tower
Faces Void does go down. They get the tail on the bottom lane. But this angry army is looking pretty good so far. And really not giving For-Love any time to breathe. You know, get any farm in. Which is just the kind of playstyle you need to go against Danny D's team, really.
I don't know, the Void is getting shut down really heavily. The Razor isn't really being contested, has died once, but going so aggressive onto these two supports at top. Then you've got the Shadow Fiend who can always flash farm and get back into the game. Actually, SF has built Phase Boots, which is an interesting choice. Going to be good against the DP's movement speed, get out of range of the Crypt Swarm. But yeah, SF can flash farm. Rasta can flash farm. They need to get level 6 on their supports though. Skyrath is level 5, Rasta's almost level 5. Literally 3 experience away from that. Oh, they're looping in behind. Razor coming in. He's going to show himself way too early though.
Yeah. Danny D, excuse the phrase, but blew his load way too early there. And Fates' Void's just going to get a little bit of room now and just start farming up. Nearly level 8. Chronosphere online. We are going to see some aggressive pushing on this tier 1 on the top lane. Like, I can kind of see, like, the Angry Army's, like, obviously, strategy is obviously just to try and push these lanes down as quickly as possible. But, like, 11 minutes in, they've only taken 1 tier 1. Like, I feel like maybe they should have done quite a bit more, really, with the Liquid Fire Plague Wards coming into play. Like, I don't know, you may disagree.
The thing is, they've got a level 8 Jakiro and a level 7 Venomancer, whereas the Rasta and Skyrath aren't level 6 yet. So their pushing potential now hits its peak, because they've got level 4 Plague Wards and they've got level 4 Liquid Fire. So now is when they can just go and take tower after tower after tower, get a chokehold on the map so Shadow Fiend can't flash farm the jungle.
Yeah,
so basically,
if
they take this tower and then they can control this part of the map here, that means Shadow Fiend has nowhere to farm. He can only sit top and try and farm the lane creeps. And then you've got DP who can basically go wherever she wants. You've got pretty good Roshan potential with the Plague Wards. You've got the Shadow Demon to create illusions to tank. Actually, mid lane, DP going on Shadow being silenced. Crypt Swarm, not quite enough damage, and 2 reaction TPs from the Radiant.
But space creative for this top lane though. Like, they're going to get this tier 2, no problem. Down it goes. There's some really nice plays there. We're also going to see a smoke up as well. Musa and Charlie, Shadow Demon, faceless. Jerry does find the return tower tier 1 there on the bottom lane.
But remember, Void was getting crushed in lane and had 5 last hits. He's now got 43, has Mask of Madness. Let's have a look at the net worth, because I'm pretty sure he's ahead of the Razor. Yep. Yep, he's like 1,400 gold ahead of the Razor, who was demolishing him in lane.
It's crazy, like, so Danny D's obviously going for the mechanism there. He's got the headdress already, he's got the chainmail. So he's about halfway to that mechanism. But look at this mid lane push down. It's another tier 1 going down there. Couldn't even quite get it denied. Chronosphere coming out of the top, so it's in trouble. Joey getting caught out as well. The Ghost just eating away at him. He just got melted there. 2 for 0 exchange there so far, and getting themselves a tier 1. Danny getting really overextended there. Taken for a nice path on him, he could be in trouble. And they are, they get Gale on him as well, coming from behind. Big Black Clock making some big plays there. Getting a 4 for 0 kill now. Resta goes down, and they're actually going to keep pushing.
Like, I hate to call it, but it's legit game over.
Wow. This is absolutely outstanding. Like, they've just done such a nice job pushing Danny D's team. Sort of, they're just not giving them any breathing space. Like Danny For-Love got quite a not a greedy lineup, but their team needs a little bit of time to come online. Now they start coming online at the 20-25 minute mark. Whereas you kind of like the team they've got, like they're making the Chronosphere Faces Void like work for them. Like, you know, Chronosphere goes down, Faces is not doing too much damage. When you've got Ghosts, Liquid Fire, Gale, all that on top of you as well, damn right they're gonna die.
And you've got this DP who now has 3,500 gold on top of Trez Yules 14 minutes into the game. Like, she could just go and buy a Reaver now and be unkillable.
Yeah. There's definitely snowball potential here, and in fact, the Big Black Clock is actually building up the Plague Ward army in the Roche pit. So I guess they're going to do an early Roche while they know that they've literally got the chokehold.
And they've got DP on Void.
Yeah.
The Razor is scrambling to make mech. He is... Oh wow, he's 800 gold away from that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's nowhere near it, and they're about to get Aegis. Then probably going to go and take the second tier 2 down on the bottom lane, and then probably they're just going to be sieging base.
I was going to say, I was wondering what SF would make, and I was thinking if it goes BKB, that item's going to be, you know, 10% of its optimal. But Blink Dagger, I just don't know. He can't really blink away because he's going to get disrupted or hit by Venomancer or Plague Ward. Plague Wards are like the bane of Blink Daggers. Charlie, though, in a lot of trouble here, disrupting himself. Teammates trying to get here. Void has Chrono.
Nice Chronosphere, catches to him. Here comes the Ghosts. Thompson's going to go down first. Zeshko's going to be next.
And even drop the wards.
They drop the wards, Mechanism comes out there, and here comes Demprobit once again. A nice path going to catch BW197, down he goes, and they're just going to farm up all these Serpent wards as well.
And now tier 2 bot. How long is No, Exorcism isn't going to last quite long enough. Oh wow, DP builds Necro 3. Okay, here comes the base push.
Yeah, this is just going to be a very quick push down strat. Nothing more, nothing less. Same on his bottom lane.
Is it me breathing or you?
I'm gonna guess it's me, because like obviously my mic's just always transmitting, so.
Oh, Joe. I love the breathing intensifies.
Yeah, you get into it, but you know, that is what it is. I've moved the microphone away now, so should be good. Okay.
Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend. See, this is the thing. He goes in on the Venomancer. He has Aegis to the Immortal. He's going to take another Reclick to die. Yeah. Well played by SF, but now what? Is he actually going to stick around here? Yeah, he has to run. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, Chronosphere's back up in 10 seconds. Exorcism in 7. Necro 3 ready. Yule's ready. Chikiro has all of his skills ready. Razor still no mech, and Venom makes a Blink Dagger. Gonna TP down to bot lane, yep, buys a TP. He'll probably TP to tier 1 mid and makes the run this way. Or does he just try and hold off the SF?
That's the question. It's like that top lane is just going to get pushed in if they, they don't stop that. But they're just going to keep sieging it on this bottom lane.
That was an interesting smoke. They're going to try and loop around behind, but the only way this works is if they get Silence on Void. They have to get Hex or Silence on Void.
Here we go, we're about to find out Jerry going in first.
Void sees this, Chrono incoming. 4-man Chrono.
Wow, really nice Chrono. Exorcism coming into play as well. One goes down, Joey's taking a lot of damage straight away. Down he goes as well. And that was a 3-man team wipe there. Sashko literally... Will he find the kill, Musha? No, manages to dodge him.
Oh, Shadowfiend actually gets a kill on the DP. And on the chick. Oh!
They actually managed to turn him around. Thompson managing to find a kill there at the end there. Faceless Void goes down as well.
In comes Veno. Veno's gonna kill the SF.
He's not happy. He's seeking
He
revenge.
misses the Gale.
Did I miss? I was sure that
There's like 1 pixel off. And now
Yeah.
SF has Blink. The Plague Ward. Look at how annoying the Plague Wards are, Joe.
Yes. And he blinks away. Away he goes.
That was a big chrono, but the fact that Void took, 70-80% of his HP from the Skyrath ulti, and then had to run away from the team fight, and then the
Yeah.
Shadowfiend was like running rampant in the middle of things. I didn't see how the DP died though. That must have been a pretty clutch play.
Yeah, I must admit I was watching the Faces Void when Death Prophet went down, so I'm not quite too sure how she died, but
Okay, next time we watch different things.
yeah. Was you watching the Faceless as well then, or?
Of course I was. He gets like a 4-man chrono and starts hitting people. Why
Yeah.
would I not watch it?
Exactly.
Nice guys, path. Oh, and the macro pyre Fenner ulti. And this is where things get really ugly for the Radiant side. They all have to. They're actually going to re-engage.
They want to re-engage. They blasted one of their ultis, a Magnifier, and again the big sort of Venomancer ulti as well. Like they didn't find too much. Their Prophet does find Shadowfiend though.
Yep, with the Void. And now Chrono's off in 10 seconds. Exorcism in 5. So they've killed 2 people, and possibly Danny D on the Razor. Oh, he gets caught by the Ice Path and he's down.
Ouch.
So now they've got their big 2 ultis to go up high ground, onto tier 3, take racks. And how we're looking for buybacks. No buyback on the Bristleback.
Is under attack.
Glyph gets
If he
used.
dies, he
Radiant
can't.
structures are fortified.
And there's Jerry though, he might get caught out once again, like he's just not overly tanky, getting caught out by the Ice Path as well. It takes quite a bit of damage there. Chronosphere coming into play, and here comes X's backing him up as well. Jerry goes down, Scarf Mage goes down, and yeah, there's nothing that For-Love can do now, like... This is absolutely crazy. Like, I'm going to be completely honest here, Dirk, and I'm going to sort of assume that you was thinking the same, but I was kind of really thinking that, like, For-Love, like, you know, they've got quite a bit of experience behind them. We're really going to sort of take this win over the relatively unknown challengers here today. What do you think?
I don't know. I never go into these things expecting...
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, sorry about this, but at this point actually the server crashed. Valve had some issues with the server, and we tried to reload the game. It did reload, and as soon as the game reloaded, the enemy team just called GG. So the Angry Army won over For-Love.Int convincingly. Just a bit of information in case you're wondering, For-Love.Int's actually one of the top 2 teams in the UK right now, and one of our big contenders going into the LAN Insomnia. So this win was very big for us, and I hope this win gets you excited for what's coming in the upcoming month at the Insomnia LAN. We're feeling ready to go to the UK, and I hope you guys feel ready to cheer for us. Thank you for watching, and I hope you also watch our games at the LAN. This was just a qualifier, and you know, just an appetizer for what's about to come in the next month in the LAN environment. Thank you for watching, and see you. Charlie out.